Ahoy, fellas. Joey's gonna win at first service. Like I said yesterday, today is triceps. And it'll be a bit tougher than biceps yesterday. So, let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. There we go. Oh, that feels odd. Even though I'm only doing 30 pounds, I can feel that in my elbow a lot. I'm sure that's fine. Probably has something to do with the workout I did last week with the kickbacks, where it was only a high weight. So this will be better for the joints. And I also felt it kind of in my chest when I got up, so that was really weird. I'm sure that's nothing. Let's see. What's it called? There's an event going on this weekend. I don't remember if I mentioned it yesterday. The International Flameworking Conference is going on in Salem. So, oh wait, no, I did mention it because I wasn't sure about the videos. That's right. I forgot about that. Now, even though I'm not a flame worker or lamp worker, I am quite looking forward to it. Just because I quite enjoy just having accessibility to any kind of glass work. And a very nice thing about lamp working is that you can set up a studio pretty much anywhere with a minimal amount of space or materials. Obviously, of course, you need to have the torch, you need to have the tubing, you need to have the gas and the oxygen, but really that's about it, right? You don't need a kiln. There's it's like thermiculite or something like that. There's an easy material that's very thermally insulating. That's kind of like pellets or even foam or rubber that you find at a playground, right? That you could just take your borosilicate glass, work it, and then store it under a pile of that, and that'll help, and that'll be enough for it to anneal and stabilize. And that's because borosilicate is very thermally shocking, is very thermoshock resistant. Okay. I'll go ahead and turn the kettle off. Not even close to all the way hot, but I don't need it all the way hot. I just need it to be somewhat warm. Somewhat warm so that it can better dissolve the creatine. I don't think I'll be exhausting my triceps today, just because it is going to be a tougher workout than last week's kickbacks. But I do have things that I need to do, so I can't spend all day. I can't spend an extremely long amount of time working out. Plus, you know, with less weight, I'll be able to get some more reps at max weight. And that's always nice. Because ultimately, that is what shreds. The number, or I suppose the number of reps that you do and the amount that you wear yourself out is, you know, kind of like a multiplier. But ultimately, the important thing when you're trying to build a muscle is to use the high weight, low reps. I'm going to be taking a fish oil today. And then at least one this morning, not now, and probably one in the afternoon. Just to help out with the joints. Those omega-3s are good for the joints. Even if you don't take a fish oil, you have a can of tuna fish, you have a nice slab of salmon. Very good for your joints, especially if you're tall and lanky like me. Yeah, man. There's the milk frother. Lately, I think making the creatine so far in advance is actually a good thing. In advance to when I intend to actually drink it. I think that is actually a good thing. And that's the difference maker for flavor. And my ability to tolerate it. But maybe it is coffee. Maybe just cleansing my palate with, or maybe not necessarily cleansing. But maybe just that perspective of very bitter coffee makes the creatine taste that much better in comparison. Who knows? But yeah. Regardless, it's more tolerable for me, and that's what's important. So we'll let that sit for a bit longer. Let's see now. What else is there? Not sure. I actually need to check something really quick. I don't think we do, and it is relevant. I'll explain in a moment. But no, we don't have a sack of potatoes here. Nor do I really have space for a sack of potatoes. reason I wanted to look for it real quick is because a friend of mine wanted to work out. So, but he doesn't have weights. So I told him, here's what you want to do. Do you got a sack of potatoes? And he said no. And I called him a heathen for not having potatoes, but I guess I am one as well. But it was because he wanted to work out that I told him to look for a sack of potatoes, look for a gallon of milk that you could, or an empty jug of milk that you could fill up with water. Something where you can just kind of, it's easy to figure out the weight and it's easy to hold. In terms of potatoes, usually it has the net weight listed on the sack. And for a gallon of water, you could just look up how much does a gallon of water weigh. So, and then you can work out with those, because I think I'm going to be making a video when I get the chance, kind of a tutorial of how to work out at home without weights. I like the idea. Because, it is pretty easy, but I figure a visual demonstration would be good, and it could be fun. So, that'll probably be done, don't know when. Remember, always work out with shoes on. Oh, that's tough. It's a lot tougher with separate weights, just because now you also have to focus on not letting them fly everywhere. You have to have a bit more control. Also, I did not have coffee this morning, so this will be the test. It is better. I think it might be a combination of factors. That would be my guess. So. also going to start brewing my cup of coffee for the day. That's what I'm going to take my fish oil with. Rinse this out. That should heat up relatively quickly because it should still be hot and there's less water in the kettle. So thermodynamics and all that. That's not what these videos are about. Oh man, I wish I was still a physics student. One day I will return. Not the temple, fuck that, but I will return for my degree in physics. One day. Once I'm, out of debt from this first stunt in the slammer. Running out of caffeinated coffee. Come on. And that's boiling. But unfortunately, if I just poured that into the grounds right now, they would burn and become extremely bitter. So while that loses a bit of heat because the kettle automatically turns off, a very nice little thing, I love it. It's green too. So while that's cooling down, I'm just going to froth the milk. Since I do pour over coffee with one of these little things, right? It drips down nice and slowly, bit by bit. So with the frothed milk, because it's, just one drop at a time, kind of catches it and cushions it. Cushions the landing so that it doesn't drop all the way down and mix. So then the coffee's on top, the milk's on the bottom. So I get a little bit of both independently from each other for every single drink. So, you can taste the milk, but you can taste the coffee, and it brings out the flavors in both of them. It's fantastic. Am I overthinking it? No, actually, especially not in comparison to other coffee enthusiasts. Believe me. This is the average. I'm below average in terms of overthinking it. Even with a lighter warm-up, that's tough. We don't do it because it's easy. We do it because it is difficult. And also because we want to look like Broly. From the first Broly movie. In Z. A good Broly. There we go. And while I'm at it, I'll also take my medicine. That's definitely my favorite way to drink it. Doesn't need any sugar or anything, because the milk is still, milk. It's not mixed in. And with how bitter the coffee is, and how acidic the coffee is, it just makes the milk taste that much sweeter. It does the work for me. It does sugar's work for it. I just need one more minute, just to make sure, because I want to complete the set. I don't want to take too long, but gotta keep things going, but need to rest properly, because otherwise I'm just going to get to it and I might just fail right off the rip. I'm not sure if there's any quote-unquote optimal time, or for resting. Obviously it's proportionate to the number of reps and the amount of weight, but I think generally you don't want to be resting for more than 5 minutes in between each set. I think 5 minutes is already too long, but even just for your sets, it probably shouldn't be more than 3. But even if it's extremely heavy weight and you can only do 1 bench, right? And you break, and that's 3 minutes. Maybe 5 minutes if, that was the last set, or if that was like the second to last set. And you already did another set beforehand that was pretty tough, right? But any more than that, and you're probably doing too much weight or too many reps, and you also might have injured yourself. And if not, then that might be a weight that will injure you. So just be careful. You shouldn't want more than 3 minutes. You shouldn't need more than 3 minutes. Now, of course, I don't have a timer, and I'm sure some of my, monologues have gone over 3 minutes as well. Other things that I've had to do, such as get everything ready for the coffee, don't know how long that took. I think that was about 3 minutes, but I'm not sure, so. Ooh. This is the toughest part. My hair keeps getting caught in between the weights. And it really breaks my concentration. Oh. Oh. Okay. I don't think my form and technique were perfect for that last one, but that last one took a lot out of me. being said, I am tired. I hope you had a good time. Thank you for joining me. I hope to see you here again, and I hope you have a good day.